Hi everyone, this is Natasha. I want to share something today that's really difficult for me to share. I've done this video twice. This is the third time. I hope this one I won't delete. It's so difficult because it's kind of a coming out for me, coming out of the closet. It's very much standing up for who I am and being seen in a way that I haven't shown myself yet. So lately, actually in the last few months, years, I've been going through huge shifts. And most of you might know me from my times as a business coach and life coach, where I was doing leadership development, team building, stress reduction and burnout prevention. And I was a self-employed coach for, I think, 16 years now or even more. It was great time. I had good work. I had the money for what I wanted to do. I had interesting people that I could meet. And I had good connections with others, with friends, with family, with people. But I was not really fulfilled. Because my heart's longing since I don't know how long, but since I can remember, there's two things that I was living for and that my heart was living for in a way, and that was one, the ocean, and two, healing. And healing in a way, the things that were guiding me throughout my life were mostly the question, what is real healing? How does really healing happen? And what is life? Do we really create? Do we co-create? How do we co-create? How do we create our lives? How can we be fulfilled, really fulfilled? And while I was working with so many CEOs and managers and leaders and employees, I saw that many people were content but not happy. And I always thought that I was following my heart until I discovered that I wasn't, because the things that were really interesting for me, that I really wanted to know, I was studying in the background. I wouldn't talk about it. I wouldn't stand up for that. I wouldn't show it, because in the society that I was in, it was not something that would be appreciated when mentioned. I don't know if you can imagine that, but sometimes even talking about feelings wouldn't be allowed. Everything's allowed, but I wouldn't talk about feelings because people are afraid to talk about feelings. But I got so clear about the fact that feelings are actually the fuel in our creation. And we cannot even lead without feelings. We cannot be employed without feelings. We do things because we feel a certain way. And we create our lives through our thoughts and our feelings. So I found myself more and more in this in-between kind of world. I was dancing in two worlds. I had my healing part, and I had a little practice on the side, but I wouldn't talk about it too much. And I had this business world. And at some point I got pregnant as a single mom. And the funny thing about that story is it happened after a quite traumatic breakup for me. It wasn't traumatic that we broke up, but the way it happened. So I was going through a very dark time for myself, from my feelings, and I had to cope with many, many things coming up. At the same time, I asked for my master. I really turned to the universe and said, I am fed up with this. Send me my master. I finally want to know what life and love is really about. And 2 months later, I was pregnant. I didn't know that was my master, but it turned out my son is my greatest master. And that's when basically the biggest part of my story, actually the shift that started happening, really started coming into fruition. When my son was about 3 years old, I almost experienced a burnout. I was really sick all the time. I had fatigue. I had to lay down for 2 hours sometimes when he was 3 already, so he could play with himself or just come to my bed and I would read a story. But I just throughout the day had to take naps and lay down and could hardly get through the day, and I was sick many times. So I realized something's wrong, and I felt so strongly that part of that was because I'm not following my heart. So I started going out on a quest, and actually it started as a quest for healing because I was sick. And through that, what developed more and more and more was following my heart. And also, it's hard to explain, but this quest for healing moved into a quest for what is life about? How can I really love? How do we create and be fulfilled and joyful and abundant and feel happy and free? And what is truly following my heart? Because deep down I knew that following my heart is what I needed to do in order to get really healthy and vital and full of energy. So yeah, it started to become a spiritual quest, if you want to call it like that, and it is in a way. And through intense healing work with myself and with others, and getting support and moving into self-care and self-love, I embarked on this journey of true healing, and my life started changing dramatically. And the reason why I'm sharing this now is because my whole work started to shift. When earlier I would support people to find their goals, reach their goals, find out what they have to do, today I'm supporting them in their awakening journey, in their journey into being a transformational leader or a conscious mom or whatever they want to be. But it's not about reaching the goal anymore. It's about support and assisting that awakening process that I was going through and still am, because we're all evolving all the time. And I'm so much happier today. I feel that I'm invited to share this because, first of all, I hope that I can inspire somebody to really start following their heart, following their inner guidance, and connect with the love and the joy that is already there for all of us to connect. And second, because it's important for me and it's part of my journey to stand up for who I am and to share what's really inside of me and what's ready to come through. So I did change my website. You can find it in www.nathealing.net. There's a story of my awakening. There are free resources. There's a free meditation. And I'm doing healing sessions. I'm doing programs. I'm just now working on a program for more vitality, joy, and flow, and energy in your life, in our lives. And I'm so happy to co-create much more together with you. If you feel guided, check out my website. And if you'd love to connect with a community of amazing people who, just like me, want to make this world the most beautiful place to live in, please join my Facebook group. It's Love Your Life with Nathealing. And that's the place where I'm going to be posting a lot of my videos, and the most of my videos are going to be posted there, and my support and insights and the stuff that I find valuable to share. Also, I'd like to say something about the ocean, because I mentioned in the beginning that my love for the ocean was with me since I was a little child. So I had these thoughts about how can I save the ocean, how can I support the, less plastic in the ocean, and what can I do for a healthy and living and thriving ocean, which is not only less plastic, it's just an example. So over the years, I found out that my path is not the fighting. I'm not going to be the one who's going to be the activist and fight against people who are destroying the ocean. What I found is that if we can live from the heart, and I'm going to do another video about living from the heart, maybe more than one, because that's actually what I am teaching and what I am moving into. So if we're living from the heart, if we're truly living from the heart, if we're truly living from love, first of all, it starts with self-love. If we don't love ourselves, we cannot love anybody else or anything else. So if we can love ourselves and we can live in that unity consciousness and realize that we're all connected, we're connected with Mother Earth, with all the plants, all the animals, all the elementals, everybody and everything around us. And that happens when we're truly in our heart. Then we cannot make a false decision. We cannot destroy the ocean, we cannot destroy the world, and we cannot destroy the planet, we cannot have wars. Everything will change. So my mission is to live from the heart and to support others to live in love and from the heart. And so that's my contribution to the ocean. It's connecting to the ocean, to the energy of the ocean, and living from the heart, living my whole life from the heart, and supporting others to be in that space. So help me share that message, help me share that way of being, and I thank you very much for listening. And you can check me out, as I said, on nathealing.net. Join my Facebook group, Love Your Life with Nathealing, and check out what else is in store for you. If you resonate with this and with the way I explain things, I am happy to see you again. Much love. Bye bye.